Hello everybody, welcome to another live stream with Mint Market. Today we have Friday, last day of the week, and also the last trading session of the week. Today we have a pretty mixed up opening, and I will guide you through the kill zone of the ICT Silver Bullet, and I will give you my opinion, my analysis, and if I find I will take some trades in front of you. I will check real quick if we are in fact live and everything works out fine. But I think it looks good. I will try to be muted, which is good, so that we don't have any echo. And so far so good. We have the first presented fair value gap here. We have managed to touch the midpoint actually of the opening range gap here. And it looks like we are going lower. So my bias for today is lower prices. I'm actually thinking about TGIF. Thank God it's Friday concept. And I think we will see lower prices at some point today. The Nasdaq looks even sloppier, but I will focus on the S&P maybe. S&P looks a little bit cleaner so far. And so far it looks like we're going lower. We have an old daily low here. And what I'm also thinking is that we will have a potential 20% retracement of the week, which would send us to about 5,732, so around 30 handles lower from where we are right now. And that's actually my bias going into the session. We have already formed a order block here, bullish order block here, and looks like we are in fact going lower. We have retraced, traded into the midpoint of this opening range gap, and we have then the first presented fair value gap here, and so far very efficiently traded here, but we have traded up into the first presented fair value gap here, and it looks like we are going lower. So what I'm looking now is if we can get another fair value gap that pushes us lower into the expected retracement here. We have nice, so far we are dropping. No setup yet for me, unfortunately, But again, I think we will continue lower. So we'll keep looking for fair value gaps that potentially will send us potentially lower. Today. So far everything looks pretty bearish. We have taken out buy side liquidity. We have taken out sell side liquidity. And now we are about to go lower. Let's hope we will get an entry here because we are dropping fast. Would be a shame if we would be missing the entry here. Of course, the ideal entry would have been here. Also, it's in the macro window. So the ideal entry would have been here, already moved already. Couple of handles. Let's see what we get. Can't force it. Ready. I'm ready to sell here if it gives us any opportunity. So far, unfortunately, it just looks like it's dropping. We have a nice 2022 model here. Low, high, low, higher high, broke the high, came back into it, into the first presented fair value gap after reaching the midpoint. So that looks actually pretty nice here. I'm just a little bit unhappy that it seems like I missed it already. Let's see. Now we get a little retracement here. Let's also check out the Nasdaq here. I think we have to allow it to touch the bullish order block here. That's a possibility. We have to allow for that. There was potential entry here. No chance for me to get in. Too heavy. Nasdaq looks fine as well so far. Heavy. And let's see. If we do get an entry chance here. Would be nice. Would be nice. value gap formed here. Let's mark that one real quick. Another fair value gap here. And we are inside. And I will short that one here. I'm going to short the fair value gap here, and we should, let me check, the stop needs to be above here in my opinion, since we have a 1 hour bullish order block here, so we could touch that and I don't want to be stopped out prematurely. Another fair value gap here. Let's see if that holds, is able to hold price here. We have also a daily, old daily low here. Also special area of interest here. Let me check real quick. Let me check what the Nasdaq is doing here. Nasdaq still in the range. S&P looks a little bit heavier. Let me actually do something. I will take 3 contracts off here. I will take 3 contracts off. I will put the stop a little bit higher, and if we go in fact higher, I will enter some more position. I'm not very comfortable at the very moment because of this order block here. So let me put the stop just above the mean threshold of this opening range gap here. A little bit more potential for risk. And I will see if it stays weak here or if it is able to come back. And if it goes higher and touches this order block, there might be a chance to enter some more. I'm not so sure with the stop today because of the 1 hour order block. I want to sell short, but it can touch the order block here. Let me check out where the mean threshold is here of this bearish order block. Alright, it's above here. Yeah, the stop here should be fine, should be safe, should be. Allows for a bit wider retracement. And the target I wanna hold for is here. So far it's a little bit slow yet here. 15-minute fair value gap has not formed yet. We have a 5-minute fair value gap formed here. First presentation we have up here. Again, my bias is the TGIF setup. We have new week, new day opening gap here, opening gap range here. Let's define the opening range here as well. Opening range from highest high from 930. All right, I will take one contract off here since we made a lower low, and I will now move this stop lower. I will now move this stop to the high of the 5-minute fair value gap here. Should be safe here, don't want to see it come back up here. We will see. We have moved 5 handles so far, which is nice. And I will hold for a lower target here. So far, so good. So far it looks weak and probably not going to come back up. We have taken out the low here, and we have a further target down below because I want to see a 50% retracement of the week. As outlined. Another fair value gap here. Let's see if that gives us further movement to the downside here. Might so what I'm watching is I'm eyeballing it 50% of this week here. Let's measure actually the wicks. Exactly, we have 50% of this wick here, which is approximately here. And then we have a 3-minute wick, which is from here to here. That's fine. Nicely eyeballed. We have a volume imbalance here, and we have a 3-minute fair value gap here as well. I think this is not so significant here, this 1-minute one, but I think we can consider that one relevant here, and we will see how price reacts here. Immediate rebalance as well, midpoint of the fair value gap here, and I think we could reasonably expect price to drop here with another fair value gap higher here, and With another 15-minute fair value gap here. So we could also reach up into that here. And so we have the 15-minute fair value gap here. Let's see if we can touch that. We have still the 1 hour bullish order block here, so maybe it wants to tap into that as well at some point. And we can see if it wants to go lower thereafter. So I'm looking at this red line here, bearish order block, 15-minute fair value gap here. Sell side liquidity is taken here. Let's check out what the Nasdaq is doing. Nasdaq is moving lower, so I think that is the bias for today anyways. The question is how far it is reasonable for price to retrace here after this liquidity run, and if the stop is safe after all. However, we have already banked some profit, so the trade is basically risk-free. Let's see if we can get some reaction off there. Let me check how many pips that is from here. That's a lot of potential risk. I think I will wait so far. Not 100% convinced with the entry here. I think we will still go further down. That's what I believe. But I'm not 100% sure about the stop and about the entry. Difficult. $15-minute fair value gap here could be respected here. So far it doesn't look like it. Does not look like. Let me check out the NQ real quick. Two 2002. Sell side taken, now back into the range. Huh. Pretty big retracement so far. Haven't touched the order block yet. Still in the fair value gap. Let's see if it drops from here. I don't know, I somehow doubted that this will be a quick run here. I'd like it if it drops from here. I'd like that. I would also like it if it touches the order block quickly with a wick and then rejects. but so far it fell short of it, just short of it. When does the next 1 hour candle opens? In half an hour. Not so easy. Not so easy. Let's see if it rejects that here. So we have the high of this 15-minute fair value gap here. And let's see if it can go lower from here. It has taken some buy-side liquidity out. So if it's good, it should ideally drop quickly below this low here. We have high, low, higher high, so potential breaker here. Let's see if it can do that. Lol, Milo M. Lol. Not sure what it means. Milo M. Kowtow. Hello, Kowtow. Noti to my live stream. Not 100% sure what you would like, what you're telling me, but welcome. Sorry, Kautoa. So all right, so we have dropped here, which is so far so good. It's a little bit, it's better actually if it doesn't touch the order block and just go lower and leaves a fair value gap here. So that would be actually better, of course. And we will see. Let me know where you're from, Kautoa Noti. I will actually reduce the stop here a little bit. It should not come back below here. So far, so good. So far, so good. Should just drop here. Ideally, that would be ideal. Should not go any. Should not go higher again from here, in my opinion, in order to be good. It traded into the 15-minute fair value gap, so far respected it. Body stayed outside so far. Here also bodies closed at the low end here of this 5-minute fair value gap. And yeah, it should not come back any lower here. And I will actually reduce the stop further. If it comes back up again, it's not very favorable in my opinion. So I want to be out there. And so far the reaction is not ideal. Not ideal. So I can be glad I'm out soon. It should respect the midpoint of this fair value gap and stopped here. So no problem, stopped here. But at least we made some small amount of money here. Not much, a little bit. About 200 bucks plus. Not the easiest market in my opinion. Yeah, just stopped me out and came right back lower again. That is stupid. That is stupid. Just came one more time up to stop me out. All right. That is great. All right, so I guess the stop wasn't too bad after all. Probably going to wait for the full hour macro. So far we have not. Monday 16th, Wednesday, Thursday 11th, Thursday 12th, Monday 16th. So here we do have our all right, actually did a mistake here. I measured the range for the TGIF setup here, Monday 16th of September to the midpoint, and we're actually already there, and we have a low here, so that might be it after all. That makes it actually harder because I had my bias on the 30% retracement, 20% retracement here. Let me actually check out the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq MQU 2024. And we have Tuesday 17th, Monday here, talking about TGIF here, reached as well, 30% retracement here. All right. That makes things a little bit harder because my bias was bearish. My bias was bearish due to the TGIF setup short here. We got that, but actually my bias was on a wrong assumption then. Oh man, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. Had a wrong assumption here. Okay. Gotta regroup my bias here. So we now touched the bearish order block here on the 1 hour. Let's see if we get something off here. So far we did get a little bit of a reaction down there. But I don't have a clear bias anymore. We had a run up here. Oh man. have literally no bias right now. I was thinking about the short here. We traded into the order block here already. Looked weak so far. We're still inside this 15-minute fair value gap so far. It looks indecisive for me. It's not really bearish. We had a market structure shift, fair value gap here, model 2022 basically for a run up. Another 7 handles here. Didn't see that because I was only focused about this on the sell side. But now, since the TGF setup is already done, is off the table. I'm not sure if I want to short here anymore. I don't think so. We have still buy side up here after the 8:30 opening. The executions here. A little plus here so far, but it's actually pretty indecisive to me. I can see both sides. I'm gonna remove the executions. I can see both sides since we touched the order block. So far market has been bearish, but if I compare it with the Nasdaq also a little bit more to the downside so far, looks also a little bit more heavy yet. However, I'm not trusting it 100% from this bullish order block to go lower. And I can see both scenarios here. We have a market structure shift to the buy side. We still have buy side on the upside. On the other hand, we have taken buy side liquidity here. And so far, at least, we are respecting the 15-minute fair value gap of the order block. But I'm not so convinced that we stay very heavy and make a lower low. Could be, but not 100% trusting it so far. Don't have a very clear read on price right now. It's a little bit 50-50 to me. And if I measure this price range here, high to low, the 50% level is right here where the order block is, and we got a reaction off there. It's a little bit more bearish still, looks more bearish. So far the 50-minute fair value gap is respected, but it hasn't closed yet. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we want to do here. daily chart, 4-hour chart, we have taken out the 4-hour high low here. We have taken out this low here and this low here. And we're not super dropping super fast here yet. So I want to see if it can follow through here, if it can really go through that. But yet I do not have confirmation. I think it's also possible that we just go higher from here again. Market structure shift, traded back into it, fair value gap here, second fair value gap here, and so far we had a nice little run higher from here. Low, a high, 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 3 times the high taken, and we're back. We have a low here. Do not have a clear read, to be honest. We are in the macro window now. I think I'm going to take that small little profit of 200 bucks. I think I'm going to take that home. There's nothing worth engaging at the very moment. Nothing I see, nothing I can really form a trade of. I can see a fair value gap here. I might want to run, if it runs, it should respect this fair value gap and run higher from here. And we could come back into this opening range gap here. This is Thursday's low here, so we have taken that out. A Thursday's low, not Thursday's low, sorry. Gotta be precise here. But so far, it looks like it could go lower and take out this low as well. I mean, we are in a macro window now, and buy side has been taken several times, so drawn liquidity, we have a low here and maybe even a lower one here. And so far we have a nice drop from this bearish order block. From the hourly bearish order block. So far touched it, and so far we see a nice reaction of that. Respects the 50-minute fair value gap as well. Was a little bit unlucky that it stopped me out, or not unlucky, I moved my stop a little bit too aggressive here initially. And so far it's dropping nicely from that. and it's attacking this low here. Let me check out the Nasdaq real quick. Nasdaq is dropping as well. Nice. So looks like the bearish bias still in play, even though the TGF is already fulfilled, and we have a little bit more room to the downside if you measure 50% of the range here, so that's okay. So actually a nice level, the bearish order blocks wick here, and immediate rejection lower, taking out this low. So very nice delivery here. Unfortunately missed it, not a part of it anymore, since I trailed my stop a little bit too tight, and I was okay with that, but in hindsight I wish I wouldn't do it. I knew that the order block level here was a potential play, so I could have done better in that regard without being stopped out here. I don't think there's any trade I want to take here anymore. I think we could continuously drop until this old daily low here, so 5736, so around 10 more handles possible, but I don't think I want to engage here. We are in a discount already. We have midnight price here, 8:30 price here, so we are too much in a discount already, have taken out several lows here. I think we could go to this low here at Thursday 3:30 low. I think that's reasonable if we take this out today. That's kind of still my bias, but I don't think I will be part of this move. I don't have any setup I am willing to enter here. Don't see anything here. Would be from right now, would be a 9 handles to go on the S&P. I think that is likely. That's possible, but needs to be a good risk reward setup. I should have taken the short here from the bearish order block. In hindsight, was not concentrated enough. Had the line there, but not my focus not my finger at the button on the right time. So we traded lower, took out low one more time, twice, touched the bullish order block, just failed to go to the opening range gap, and then dropped again. And the time window for here was the full hour macro. So nice to see the movement there. And I think we could see some lower prices from here. Nice, went to the midpoint here. Let me actually check something out. We can do an opening range projection here. 9:30 and 10 o'clock. It's actually here. It's actually here. 10 o'clock, indeed. Indeed. So I can measure that one here. Oops. And 1.5 standard deviations here. And second standard, 2 standard deviations is here. And what we can also do is measure the opening range gap here. One standard deviation, 1.5, 2 standard deviation. It's pretty, the second standard deviation is pretty close to the old daily low. So that's a potential target in my opinion. That's a real potential target here. And if we measure, if we actually measure the bodies here, 10 yen, 2 yen, 3, measure the bodies here. Let me turn that around. Bodies of the opening range. 1.5. Two standard deviations. Yeah, I think we're going to see lower prices. I think we have something left. Unfinished business still. Unfinished business still, in my opinion. I think we will drop further lower here. Nothing to enter here for me. So I'll probably close the stream soon. close the stream soon. Since I have a target, I still have a target and a bias, so still a bearish bias still in place, but I basically missed a good trade. And I don't have a solid entry model here anymore that is worth risking money on. But I will close the trade with the expectation that we will go here to 5,736 at some point today. I think that's realistic, even though we're not entering on a trade. That's what I'm looking for. I will close the trade now. We'll be back on Monday, 10 to 11 a.m. New York time. I wish you all the best wherever you are in the world. If you like what I'm doing, I would be honored if you give the video or the stream a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And maybe I see you next time.